It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Houston Rockets. Looking at Houston, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And as we take a few moments here, Shaq, the term basketball IQ is constantly thrown around these days. What exactly is meant by that? Because I don't have it.
Ernie, I have no
IQ.
idea. You know, you can be smarter than me if you want to. You can be a Rhodes Scholar, but you know what I will do to you. Doesn't necessarily mean you make good decisions on the basketball court. Basketball IQ, that term is overrated.
Maybe Kenny has an answer to this one.
Well, I think most people, when they first hear about it, they're talking about seeing the floor, having the ability to operate in the flow of the game and understand the time and score relationship. That's what a basketball IQ is. Like not taking a three-point shot with 24 seconds on the shot clock when you're up 9.
Not fouling a jump shooter.
Yeah, that's basketball IQ.
Okay, thank you. Kevin Harlan has a very high basketball IQ. Shaq has it too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like it.
I went to BYB, Bust Your Butt University.
The starting lineup for the visiting Philadelphia 76ers. At shooting guard, Kendall Marshall. At small forward, Gerald Henderson. At the other guard position, Jared Bayless. At center, Nerlens Noel. At the other forward position, Jahlil Okafor. The head coach of the visiting team is Brett Brown. Let's meet your Houston Rockets. Starting at power forward, at 7'0", number 20, Donatas Vatayunas. At guard, number 2, Patrick Beverly. Starting at center, standing 6'11", number 42, Nene. The other forward, standing 6'8", number 1, Trevor Ariza. And starting at guard, number 13, James Harden. The head coach of your home team. Let's hear it for your Houston Rockets.
This is 2K Sports, broadcasting from Houston, Texas, as the Rockets take it to the hardwood. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines.
Let's get a nice clean game.
And, of course, Terrence Jones. With him gone, we'll see how they get along.
Kevin, I thought he was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
You know, chemistry-wise, I agree with you, Clark, because he was a glue guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of held things together for them in a few areas, and so not having him around might take some getting used to.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Noel is out there with Okafor. Then it's Henderson, then it's Jared Bayless, and it's Marshall in at the 2-guard spot. Clark, last season we saw MyLeague make some nice strides.
Yeah, big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
He misses the free throw.
And Montezuma's actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, little up and unders. The Rockets looked to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And Montezuma is a very confident player. I think where he can still improve is his rebounding and defensive impact. With a 7-foot frame, he's got to learn to play like a 7-footer.
There's the dish to Henderson. It's hauled in by Beverly, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. That's foul number 2 for him.
They may need to sit him out, Kevin. That's his second foul in less than a minute.
Carl Landry's checked in for Philadelphia. Now here's Harden. Defense is right there. To the inside. Montezuma passes to Nene. It's stolen. Here is Bayless, defended by Beverly. Over in the corner, Marshall. The pass to Noel. The shot is off. And Houston the other way now. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are two teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Well, you know, they swept the season series a year ago. The expectation is they'll do the same thing again this time around.
On defense, Philadelphia. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard. It makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Well, that's got to wear on you.
And here is Marshall. James Harden getting it to go from deep. And Noel kicks to Landry. And the 76ers get it back. Marshall. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on James Harden.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the night. That's good for Marshall.
Listen, playing Western Conference teams is never easy. And for the 76ers last year, it got downright ugly. Some games against the West, they just didn't stand any chance.
Marshall hits them both. A lot of blowouts for Philly last year against the West, as you talked about. Greg only managed to take 6 wins in their 30 games. Clark out of conference.
And Kevin, that was tied for the fewest wins against the West in the league. But again, no surprise with Philadelphia because they really were focused on developing young talent there.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
And Bayless kicks to Noel. Inside, here's Landry, and that one is stuffed right through.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
Now here's Montezuma. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. 6 to shoot. Here's Nene. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Nene's got his first 2 points of the night. Marshall with it. 9 points last game out. It's Noel atop the key. It's Henderson on the wing. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Henderson's got his second basket of the game.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Harden kicks to Moniunas. Pass to Nene. Landry grabs the miss. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Marshall dishes to Landry. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Houston's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Here's Moniunas, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
So it's Philadelphia now. The Rockets making the shot. There's a screen by Noel. Landry kicks to Marshall. The 11-footer. Good work defensively by Harden. For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to Memphis.
And in that game, guys, their three-point shooting really was their own worst enemy. Even when they got the open looks, they just had an inability to knock them down.
And guys, you've seen it happen to every team. You have to be a threat from beyond the arc nowadays, and if your team goes cold, it really can sabotage your game.
And last year, quite a rookie campaign for Nerlens Noel. He had the ACL injury he sustained in college, missed his first full season with the Sixers, and like you've talked about, you know, he came back and really, with a flourish, made a mark his first year in the league.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of people wondered how would he bounce back from that knee, and I'd have to say it was pretty good. I mean, finished third in the voting for Rookie of the Year.
That free throw, no good.
And, you know, getting back to Nerlens Noel, if it weren't for the ACL tear, he may have been the first player drafted in 2K13. His 8 rebounds and nearly 2 blocks a game as a rookie show he has the talent.
Good on the second free throw.
And one thing to note about Nerlens Noel, last season, he was a thief. He averaged almost 2 steals a game as a rookie center. That tells me he has more than just quickness and length, guys. He has great anticipation and still one of the best motors I have ever seen.
And the rejection by Noel. And now here comes Marshall, leading the break. And the jam by Gerald Henderson.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, I was able to catch up with the head coach for the Rockets just a moment ago. With this being their first meeting of the year, he stressed to his team to rely on their instincts on the offensive end, saying, we do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses and not forcing anything. As long as we can continue doing that here, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if that holds true, guys.
Good report, Doris. Well said. Thanks. An interesting thing to address before the game.
Yeah, and clearly the coach has been hammering home the point to his guys that good shot selection is absolutely key.
And I don't think you can ever overemphasize that point. I mean, intelligent basketball is about being selective with your shots. And I think that's what will win the game for them.
The 76ers lead. Here's Stauskas. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston. Kicks it to Embiid. Grant outside. Launches it. And the 76ers get it back. A second chance effort. Stauskas' shot is off.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it. His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
You know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them a good look.
Well, most coaches, you know, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
So for the Rockets, Anderson comes in for Trevor Ariza, and Gordon subbed in for James Harden. Rockets trail by 3. Pass to Capella. Beasley outside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And the second player taken in the 2008 draft, Michael Beasley out of Kansas State, has been the ultimate wild card. Incredibly high expectations for him. At one time, he was the best high school player in the country, but now, you know, Greg, in his 8th season, he's bounced around a little bit. You wonder if he will ever fulfill that great potential.
You know, you could argue the best player in college that 1 year at Kansas State. I mean, unstoppable scorer and rebounder on the collegiate level. And he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental. And not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent point. He doesn't get the second one.
And thinking about Michael Beasley's career now, he did have a breakout season in 10 and 11 with the Timberwolves. It was enough to land him a 3-year, $18 million contract with the Suns a couple of years ago. Arrows seemed to be pointing up, but then things headed south quickly.
And here are the 76ers now, following the score by Houston. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Here we go with Gordon. Nobody back.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals. And for last season, it was really just a victory for Beasley to get back in the league. I mean, did not start the season on any team. No doubt he has the skills, but something needs to happen for him in order to stay.
Rockets have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. And Brewer kicks to Capella. Passes to Brewer. And Anderson has it in the corner. They grab their own miss. Capella. They shoot again. Stolen by Landry. Here's Stauskas. No one near Landry as he lets it go. Again, Philadelphia.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Here's Capella. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already, guys?
Wow.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
Really unfortunate for Eric Gordon that an assortment of injuries have really derailed his career. A few years back, he looked like he'd be an absolute star. Once a 22 points a game score, was down to 13 a game last season.
Yeah, on the topic of Eric Gordon, one would think he's still young and talented enough to be a difference maker with any team. He just has to stay healthy. That really is the bottom line. He's got to keep his health.
Kevin, the truth is, though he's had a number of injuries, they've all been different. It isn't one chronic thing. So with a little good luck, we could see him shine once more.
'76ers trailing. Landry with the screen. Embiid, the pass to Landry. Stolen by Gordon. The feed to Beasley. The rebound by Grant. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Defended by Gordon. And it's Grant in the corner. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
I'd say, 8 lead changes, that speaks for itself.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
And here's Gordon from outside. Here's Capella. The kick out to Anderson. Nailed from three-point land.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
76ers have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Feeds to Landry. And here's Stauskas from the arc. It's rebounded by Houston. Here's Brewer. That one a little long.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
Now here's Embiid. Here's Grant. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Grant. And if carrying the team during the regular season wore Harden down, Greg, as you were talking about, it didn't show that much in the playoffs. Harden was phenomenal most, if not Clark, all of the postseason.
I would agree with you, but there also were some other guys for Houston that did step up in the postseason. Howard looked as good as he did before all of his injuries, as a case in point.
And Grant drops them both. Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and we're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
And with the 76ers, it's not just on the floor that they have stifled the progress. That they've taken 2 top picks knowing they would sit out a full year just to rehab injury.
Outside Gordon. He feeds it to Capella. Here's Brewer. Drills the three-pointer. Brewer's got his second basket of the night.
You know, one thing few people talk about with the Sixers, this plan of building through the draft and with young players, what if it actually works to their benefit? Then it would become a copycat strategy because we know in the NBA, it's a herd mentality if something works.
And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game.
Houston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
2 shots.
He's off on the first. That's off as well, so he misses both. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Yeah, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
The first free throw is good.
And, you know, for Houston's wins at home, a lot of it had to do with their three-point shooting. I mean, they shot an average of 35% from behind the arc at home, but kept their opponents to under 30% on the year in Houston.
And the 76ers making a change here. Henderson's checked in. So he gets them both.
And guys, this is what makes Houston so good and why they've been so good for so long. In the last 31 seasons, they've only had 2 losing seasons. Only team in the league to do that.
Stauskas kicks to Noel. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got his 3rd rebound tonight. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Beasley with a clean look. Here's Anderson. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Here's Henderson. And he slams it one-handed.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Dishes it to Anderson. With 1 on the clock. And that's not going to go. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Rockets ahead, leading by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And certainly an intriguing matchup tonight. Let's hear from Trevor Ariza on his team's mentality coming in.
You're playing against a team that is very scrappy. You know, they want to win as well. You got to come ready to play. You got to be ready for everything, and you got to be ready to claw to get this win tonight.
Ariza might as well be describing his own game, Clark. Scrappy, ready to play, ready for anything, ready to claw to get that win.
Well, you know, he does have that kind of all-around, all-out game going back to his days at UCLA. I mean, when you combine that with his talent, he's a guy who, no matter where he's been, his teammates rave about him and respect him.
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, we've got Henderson. Jared Bayless is out there with Kendall Marshall. Then it's Noel. And it's Okafor in at the power forward. To the middle. And Jared Bayless the bucket on the assist by Henderson. Bayless has got his first 2 points. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the 76ers.
They've come out and attacked mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, adding on to that, they've done a great job of challenging and changing shots in this first half, and they've gotten some blocks as well.
Clark, you talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
And Noel kicks to Okafor. He used that pick to get in close. Okafor's got his first basket of the night.
and the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
It's up a 3. Ariza no up. Last season, the first season of action for Nerlens Noel, officially a rookie after sitting out the 2014 season. He looked good, and he got better as the season was going on.
A great point. I think that year off really helped him grow as a player. Coming into the draft when he came out, he was a guy who I thought had one of the most unbelievable motors I had ever seen. And you know what? Everything he was hyped up to be, he lived up to on the defensive end.
Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
And the shot's good from Nene. The 76ers have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. Now, here's Marshall, guarded by Harden. And Marshall kicks to Anderson. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Harden has a wide open look. That one's in. Only his 4th make against 9 total shots.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Landry comes in for Gerald Henderson. And Marshall kicks to Okafor. Here's Bayless. And the 3 ball is good. Bayless has got 7 now in this quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And here's Beverley. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Harden kicks to Nene. Clock at 6. And Embiid with the block. Now, here's Marshall. He's guarded closely. And the 3 off target.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Now here's Embiid. 11 points for him in that last game against Boston.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
Here's Harden. Marshall with the steal. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. Here's Bayless. It's rebounded by Houston. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Beverley. 8 points his last outing. Harden outside. It's Ariza on the wing. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Ariza's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Taken away by Nene. Ariza outside. Harden kicks to Nene. In it goes. That's his 3rd bucket. He's missed 5 so far.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Here is Bayless. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring and setting up his teammates.
Embiid with the steal. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Another foul will give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Gordon's checked in for James Harden. And the 76ers making a change here. Here's Okafor. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Celtics in Boston. They grab their own miss. Tries again, and it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Houston. For Philadelphia, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. Free throw good, Okafor. Philadelphia started to create a little bit of an identity last season after all their transactions, Clark, and shifting around. They settled down and came together.
Yeah, and I tell you, it looks like the identity will be the Sixers being a defensive team going forward. Offense has its fits and starts, but defensively they found some traction.
As you said, the 76ers will be a team built on defense going forward. At least that's what it seems like to me. They have very active hands and can bother a lot of shots. They also force a ton of turnovers as well.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And, you know, guys, the Sixers did force a lot of turnovers, but they also gave the ball away the most in the NBA, so kind of negated the turnovers they forced. They can be as defensive as they want, but they've got to get better at taking care of the ball if they're going to improve.
Houston making a switch. Brewers checked in. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Grant, he's checked in for Carl Landry. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Defended by Beverly. Now the dish to Embiid. He's looking for Okafor and finds him.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. And you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
Here's Beverly. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. He kicks it to Beasley. He dishes it to Gordon. And there's the pass to Moniunas. And another 3 for Houston.
They just continue to splash home those threes. Eliminating the deep shot has to become priority number 1 for this defense.
Absolutely. You cannot allow a team to have that kind of a rhythm from beyond.
Houston making some changes. Capella's checked in. And it's Anderson in for Patrick Beverly.
Ryan Anderson.
Here's Gordon. He's got 5. And Anderson has it in the corner. Back to Gordon. The dish to Capella. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Left side, Gordon. No good from the wing.
That's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
A chance here to get a quick injury report. Let's find out the news on James Harden. Doris, what do you have?
Hi, guys. Head athletic trainer for the Rockets provided some information for us. He told me he's suffering from back spasms, so they put some ice on it and gave him some painkillers. That is going to make things very hard on them in what is still a very young season. Hopefully, as early as it is, he has time to recover and help this team down the road. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
And let's just hope the rehab process doesn't drag on any longer than it has to.
No good. And Houston the other way now. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. And that one is good by Beasley.
A really strong second quarter in terms of scoring the basketball.
Pass to Embiid. Here's the three. And the 76ers get it back. Stauskas lays it up and banks it in. Stauskas has got his first bucket of the night.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got the lead back up to 5 now for Houston.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And you know, guys, Eric Gordon was an unbelievable three-point shooter last season. 45% from behind the arc. The first time he's been over 40% in his career.
He's checked in for Okafor. The 76ers trail by 5. You know, we were talking about Eric Gordon. He's always had great range, but not always the great selection.
You know, and that's a great point because, you know, we see now that he's starting to mature, starting to value every possession, and that's good news for the rest of that team.
Now, here's Brewer. He has 5. From past the arc, out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
76ers ball.
And the 76ers making a change here. Noel's checked in. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Kicks it to Henderson. 76ers moving the ball around. To the paint. It's blocked. And it's the Rockets on the break. And the rejection by Noel. Here's Brewer. Here's Capella. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Three trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Boy, I really like the way he came out in the first quarter. Very aggressive, really focused and intense, and generated some nice opportunities.
The 76ers trail by 6. Grant with a screen on Gordon. Pass to Noel. Henderson dishes to Noel. Just 5 on the clock. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Noel's got 7 points. Rockets leading by 4. Now a timeout called by Houston.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt them inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So, in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injuries. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
1:39 left to play here in the second quarter. The drive by Gordon. 13 feet away. Goes back up. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line.
Before getting dinged up, Ryan Anderson was rolling. I mean, over the first few seasons of his career, improved in efficiency in all areas. Then he had the back injury, and last season his shooting percentages really went south.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
And both free throws good for Anderson.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
Here's Stauskas. No good off the back of the rim. And getting back to Ryan Anderson, in 2012, he won the NBA's Most Improved Player Award. Then, in the summer of that year, he landed an enormous contract in a sign and trade.
Yeah, and that's the good Ryan Anderson. If he can stay healthy, he's a tremendous asset, and he isn't just a shooter. He can get it done on the backboard as well.
So it's Philadelphia now, after Eric Gordon's bucket. And a missed layup.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
76ers foul call.
And Corey Brewer, guys, out of Florida, remember won those 2 national championships, teaming up with Joakim Noah and Al Horford. Terrific quickness, and that rangy frame makes him a disruptive defender. Great versatility as well on that end of the floor.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one dropped. Corey Brewer was the 7th pick in the 2007 draft. He's never really reached that star caliber so many had predicted.
Yeah, you know, his offense has held him back a bit. He's a bit erratic at that end of the floor. Not a great shooter. Slashes effectively well. He's most effective in transition.
Indeed. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
One thing about Corey Brewer, he's a defensive specialist, has a combination of size and quickness. It's real hard to score against. I mean, equally good at defending the half court or transition.
Out of bounds, Houston takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Nene, he's checked in for the Rockets. Reza comes in for Gordon. Carl Landry's checked in for Philadelphia. Houston leading by 10. Going back to Corey Brewer, he also has a 6th sense of sniffing out steal opportunities. Very quick hands. He's averaged 1.5 steals a game over his career.
Kevin, Corey's one of those guys that's always going to give that effort offensively and find ways to contribute there, but more importantly, he's going to give you results on the defensive side of the ball.
He has an amazing motor, never shuts down. It's Harden with the drive, and he can't bank that one in. Marshall, that misses, would have counted had it gone in. And so that's the end of the first half. Rockets lead by 10. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, James, an impressive first half for you. What allowed you to come out so strong?
Just trying to be aggressive, trying to get out early and get a little spark to my teammates. And they followed along. So, it's just a matter of us not turning the ball over and getting stops.
You're not a bad guy to follow, James. Thank you so much. Over to you guys.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. In the second quarter, they imposed their will on the game and built a 10-point lead at the half. And if things continue to go the same way after the break, they're threatening to run away with this one. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
The three-point shot was their best friend. I agree with the strategy. When it's working, take advantage of it. I don't really like it. Live by the jumper, die by the jumper. But tonight, they're living, and they're living good, baby.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
Their lack of execution surprised me. You know, they had a lot of turnovers off sloppy ball handling, which goes back to the fundamentals. And I know we say it all the time, just make the simple play. And this is why. Without giving away possessions, they'd be a lot closer in this game.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
Take a look at what Harden's been doing. 10 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Rockets leading by 10. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Nene is out there with Montejunas, and it's Beverly in at the 5. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Now here's Harden. Montejunas passes to Ariza. There's a screen by Montejunas. Ariza kicks to Nene. Here's Montejunas, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Montejunas has got his team on the board first here in the second half for Houston. Now Marshall. Here is Bayless. Passes it to Marshall. 5 to shoot. And Harden comes to help. And it's Okafor missing. Houston's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's what we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated in how the Spurs conducted business, Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while in international play. He hits the second from the line. Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division, and as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs, but the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance. They're doing work here in the second half, 3 or 4 to start.
Bayless dishes to Noel. The feed to Bayless. Knocks down the 3-ball. Bayless has got 10 points in the game.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th. And was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game. Everything working for them out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Feeds it to Okafor. And Noel kicks to Anderson. Pulls up. That's short off the rim.
And with the Rockets' last postseason, their trip to the conference finals was as far as they would go. Went out to the Warriors in 5 games. Most of them, though, close ones. I think most fans were pleased with how far the team went last year in spite of all the injuries. Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Beverly, the pass to Ariza. He feeds it to Nene. Here's Beverly, and Okafor with the block. And they'll keep possession. Reverses. Monty shot is good. Monty has got 6 points in the quarter.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
The 76ers trail by 17. Marshall dishes to Bayless. Okafor against Moti 8 feet away. And it's Okafor missing.
Well, that's a lot of bricks by them early in the second. Only 1 make on 5 tries so far in the second half.
Nene kicks to Harden. From past the arc. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Henderson takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Here is Harden after the Sixers pick up 2. Nene, the screen. Harden kicks to Nene. Here's Monty. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Checking out the game Monty has been having. He has 9 rebounds, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in, and it's Beasley in for Trevor Ariza. Second free throw, no good. Well, the 76ers do go at the basket without hesitation. They're fearless, Clark, going inside. Led the NBA last season on points off drive.
Well, you know, I like to say you've got to use what you have. They didn't have many shooters, so that means head down, get to the rim.
Shot clock at 3. Okafor kicks to Stauskas. Can't hit. Excellent D there from Beasley.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one.
I mean, just beautiful.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Outside Gordon. Takes it from 10. Monty shot is good. Monty has got 13 points.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Dishes to Grant. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And a quick review, looking at some numbers here for Gordon. He's putting up about 14 points tonight, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Grant. He hits both from the stripe. Houston leading by 13. Now the dish to Stauskas. Buries it from three-point range. Stauskas has got 5 points so far.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Partner, that's assuming they can continue that hot shooting. But if they do, and especially if they can get a few stops, you have to think they'll make this thing interesting.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
And he sinks the second.
Look at the night for Michael Beasley. He has 8 points and 1 rejection in this game, too.
And was it a good one? Really, one of their highlights of the game defensively.
Embiid, the pass to Okafor. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Beverly with the ball. He kicks it to Moniunas. He dishes it to Gordon. It's tipped. The pass to Moniunas. Here's Capella. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Grant's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Stauskas dishes to Okafor. To the middle. Here's Embiid. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Embiid's got his 2nd bucket of the night. Fast break, Philadelphia. Pass to Stauskas. Grant outside. Kicks it to Okafor. Back to Grant. 5 to shoot. The shot is off. Rockets leading by 9. Here's Gordon. That's tipped, and they're able to recover. 76ers have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Pass to Okafor. To the inside. Here's Embiid. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of size, speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
Regarding Joel Embiid, what makes him even that much more unique as a young 7-footer, excellent shot mechanics and a feathery touch. In college at Kansas, he shot Greg 63% from the floor. Many of those were face-up jumpers.
And as the season wore on, he became money at the free throw line as well. Those are the kinds of unique attributes that make him an extra scary prospect.
Ryan Anderson, who's checked in for the Rockets. Brewer comes in for Michael Beasley. And Embiid drops them both. And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
And Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago it was Nerlens Noel, who sat out the season with a knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric, who played overseas, and now Embiid.
That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
And Greg, it was really their defense just as much as their offense that served as the real catalyst, and I think it allowed them to put that run together. You know, regarding Joel Embiid, the foot was not his only injury when he entered the draft. In his 1 season at Kansas, he battled both back and knee injuries. Obviously, though he's very young, his durability is of some concern.
James Harden, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Rockets leading by 7. Harden outside. To the paint. Here's Brewer, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And talking about Joel Embiid, there are some who feel the Sixers targeted guys in the draft last year who couldn't help them win games. One wonders at what point does it become anti-competitive.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for the Rockets. The 76ers trail by 10. And Bayless kicks to Marshall. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. And that one misses. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Grant, and Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's it for him. He's fouled out. Now we'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, he'll make the walk of shame back to the bench. He gets to watch the rest from the sideline.
Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Jeremy Grant.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
That one is off. The Rockets making a switch here. Nene's checked in. And he ends up missing both free throws. It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. Ariza passes to Nene. Misses from close range.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Yeah, that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over him.
You know, guys sometimes love proving people wrong. You know that from guys you've played with. And, Greg, this mismatch gives him an opportunity to quiet the haters and naysayers.
Okay. 5 on the clock. Here's Ariza. Landry grabs the miss. Landry's got his 4th rebound in this one. Down low. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Nene. Harden outside. And it's Noel with the rebound.
Even though he isn't having the best of game from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
There's a screen by Noel. Landry kicks to Noel. Stolen by Nene. Here's Brewer. And the rejection by Noel. Oh, and here we go. Bayless got the fast break chance. And Gerald Henderson with the slam.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Brewer pushes to Anderson. Connects from 3-point range. Anderson's got 8.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Now Bayless. 12 points for him. Henderson with it. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And with Gerald Henderson Jr., what you see is what you get. A solid player, good athleticism, but he doesn't really specialize, Clark, in any one thing.
Well said, Kevin. Right on the mark with that. He came into the league as a jack-of-all-trades kind of guy. Skills were somewhat unrefined. That's sort of where he is today. He is who he is.
And going back to Henderson, he has the raw tools and intelligence to be a good scorer, but limited range and ball handling skills have put a cap on his development. Plus, he kind of lacks a go-to scorer's mentality.
Both free throws good from Henderson.
And, of course, Gerald Henderson Jr.'s dad was a solid NBA player in his own right. Never made an all-star team, but was a three-time NBA champion. And ultimately, that's what counts.
Harden the pass to Anderson. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Anderson's got 11.
They are wreaking havoc on him with the three-point shot here.
The defense has no answer right now. Even when they've gotten a hand up, it has not seemed to matter.
Here is Bayless, guarded by Harden. 5 on the clock.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebounding.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving college.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy. Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Ariza outside. That doesn't go either for Ariza. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Passes it to Bayless. Stolen by Nene. It's Harden with the drive. Stripped it away.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Free throw drops for Landry. He makes 1 of 2 that time. And here's Beverly. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And he gets it to go.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Got it up. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Rockets on top. They lead by 7. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The 4th quarter of play should begin momentarily. The 76ers trail by 7. Taking a look at the 76ers. Jared Bayless is out there with Kendall Marshall. Then there's Nerlens Noel. Then there's Okafor. And it's Henderson in at the small forward.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And Marshall gets to Okafor. To the middle. It's deflected. Montejunas with the steal. Marshall with the steal. Now the 76ers on the break. Marshall's running.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
And it's Ariza in the corner. The three. That doesn't go either for Ariza. The 76ers trail by 7. Now here's Marshall. And Bayless kicks to Anderson. Inside. It's blocked, but they recover it. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor. Rockets leading by 5. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone. Beasley with the screen on Noel. Ariza Noel. 76ers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here is Bayless. The feed to Okafor. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Marshall. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Beverly dishes to Harden. High, arcing shot, and Philadelphia grabs the miss. Okafor's got 5 rebounds tonight. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Marshall passes to Okafor. 6 to shoot. Here's Henderson. It's rebounded by Houston. Now Beverly. Ariza has the open look. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Ariza's got 9 points here in the second half.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
And Marshall kicks to Okafor. Feeds to Bates. Noel against Modi Yunus. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. It's on Monty Yunus.
And guys, Patrick Beverly, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. You know, Beverly is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. And remember, also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up for threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender.
And Beverly plucked out of Europe by the Rockets. Clark, he signed a new contract this past offseason.
And a nice value for the Rockets, Kevin. I mean, he's a player whose impact on the game really transcends the stat sheet. That's often the case for those guys that are all defense caliber players.
And he sinks the second.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
He feeds it to Harden. They set the screen. Beasley for 3, and it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 5 rebounds tonight. The 76ers making a switch here. Embiid's checked in. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Dishes it to Bayless. Guarded by Harden. And Bayless kicks to Anderson. Beasley with the steal. Beverly with the ball. Harden outside. Rebound by the 76ers. Okafor's got 6 rebounds in the game. The dish to Henderson. And good on the basket. Book it.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
There's a good screen. The pass to Harden. He kicks it to Beasley. And too long on the shot. The 76ers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Pass to Embiid. He dishes it to Okafor to tie it up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Okafor's got the game tied up here for Philadelphia.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
And here's Beverly. There's a screen by Mona Yunus. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Here's Capella. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Here is Bayless. Kicks to Embiid. Pass to Bayless. Mona Yunus against Okafor. No good. And it's Houston the other way. Here's Harden. Cans the 12-footer. Now it's a 4-point Rocket lead. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Passes it to Embiid. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Here's Harden. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Harden's got 4 points this quarter.
Whether by design or accident, that was a very high-quality shot they created.
Now Bayless. There's the feed to Embiid. Okafor sets the pick for Embiid. There's the pick. Dishes it to Henderson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Some really terrific numbers for Henderson. He has 20 points and 4 assists. He's getting it done, making plays by setting up his teammates and grabbing some nice boards, too.
And also, how about the intangibles? All the little things that he's done. That's also really important.
And that one falls for Henderson. For the Rockets, Nene, he's checked in for Capella. And Trevor Ariza is subbed in for Michael Beasley. And Philadelphia making a change here. And he can't hit the second.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
The 3, Marshall. Second chance shot, and it's Okafor missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
In the corner, Harden. And the rejection by Noel. Stolen by Beverly. Harden outside. Ariza outside. Fires from the line. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Bayless. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Beverly wide open. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. The 76ers trail by 4. And Bayless kicks to Noel. Taken away by Nene. Harden with it. Guarded now by Marshall. Beverly. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
No doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
Bayless dishes to Marshall. Good.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Rockets leading by 5. Now here's Beverly. There's a screen by Mona Yunus. Harden inside the 3-point line. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Okafor's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Henderson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Shooting for Houston, Gerald Henderson. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
They're digging their own hole here, throwing dirt on themselves. They haven't been nearly as efficient from the line as they were in the first half, and that can be self-destructive.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Ariza goes in. Stolen by Henderson. Marshall with it. Out to the right wing. Noel passes to Bayless. It's Henderson on the wing. The 76ers with another miss. Rockets leading by 5. Looking to get back on track here. Rebound by the 76ers. Marshall's got his 5th rebound in this one. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little different. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way on that one. Checking out the game Jared Bayless has had. He's got 16 points and the 2 nice steals as well.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either end. That's obvious.
On the Ewers, no luck.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Henderson kicks to Noel. The Rockets pull it in. 17 points was their biggest margin. In the corner, Harden. And it's off from 3-point range. The 76ers trail by 3. Bayless dishes to Marshall. Henderson, no one around him. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And here's Beverly. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. Timeout called, the Rockets.
They've already picked up a number of fouls here, and they're in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet, keeping their hands up, and defending without foul.
Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Houston's coach was giving to his team. He told them, the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
Harden the pass to Monteus. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays.
2 shots.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, 2-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
Post up, Moni. Post up.
1:58 left to play in the final quarter. Harden draws the double. Houston moving it around. Ariza goes in, and he gets it to go. And the Rockets lead by 7.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish. Yeah, clearly they were starting to show signs of fatigue, so coach wanted to give them a second to get their win back.
Timeout called the 76ers. They trail by 7. A minute 50 left in the fourth. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Henderson gets to Okafor. Yunus grabs the miss. Houston leading by 7. Fast break, here they come. Reads it, dishes to Harden. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Harden's got 6 in the quarter.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Down low, here's Yunus. Oh, he's going to get hit with his second flagrant foul of the day, and that's the limit. He's out of the game and on his way to the locker room.
I can't believe he wouldn't exercise more control. I mean, knowing he already had one flagrant foul, you can't be that reckless when you're on thin ice like he was.
Greg, after his first flagrant, you knew the officials were going to have their eyes on him the rest of the way, and now he'll be making the lonely walk, the walk of shame, back to the locker room. Robert Covington's checked in for Okafor.
At the line for 2.
And the first of 2, no good, heartbreaker. So he can't get either to fall.
Well, you have to like how he's challenging the defense now in the second half, getting to the line for a lot of free throw opportunities.
Carl Landry's checked in for the 76ers.
Post up, Fernandez, post up.
There's 1:17 left here in the fourth quarter. Nene against Noel. Nene outside. Here's Yunus. The Rockets again can't hit. Philadelphia's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And Bayless kicks to Noel. Yunus against Landry. He's looking for Noel and finds him. Feeds to Bayless. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free
At the
throws.
line for the Rockets, Jared Bates taking 2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that trims the lead to 6. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just one miss, now is not the time to be missing those.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Shooting for Houston, James Harden. At the line for 2.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. He feeds it to Henderson. Landry against Modi Yunus. Henderson. The shot is off, and it's Houston the other way. 20 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Harden. Bayless grabs the board. Here's Henderson. The dish to Bayless. Pulls up, high post, and good. He nails it.
Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
And he knows it. You can see it. Body language, the confidence. Real swagger out there for him.
So Houston wins it, probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, and it appeared to me as though the fans gave them the emotional boost they needed down the stretch, Kevin. This crowd is not going to let this one slip away.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, congratulations on this win, James. And did you feel like the chemistry tonight with how the team continued to get you the ball made the difference in getting you into your rhythm?
Yeah, just stuck with it. You know, teammates kept encouraging me. I think kept moving the ball and getting easy shots. And they did a great job of looking for me.
It inspires great confidence when your teammates believe in you guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. James Harden. He had a double-double and made a huge difference tonight. He never let up, and his performance really inspired the rest of his team.
He was like a second point guard out there for them. Accurate and on time with one pass after the other. It's no wonder he wound up with 11 assists. And with him passing the ball so effectively, it forced the defense into a lot of unusual rotations.
This is what you love to see out your star players. He's the guy you rely on to give a team a win. Both ends of the floor, shouldering the scoring load. He was a joy to watch tonight, Ernie.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.